This is Archana Joshi. I'm from Deepak Foundation. Deepak Foundation is a corporate social responsibility of Deepak Group of Companies, and we are intervening in one district, that is Baroda, with a very, very focused goal of reducing infant and maternal mortality. And we all know that this Millennium Development Goals, we have not been able to achieve till 2010. And this project was initiated in 2005 when NRHM was not implemented in Gujarat state. And this is a public-private partnership initiative that the corporate has taken. The next one. Yeah, please.
Corporation about? What does it do?
Okay. Deepak Group of Companies, that is Deepak Petrochemicals and Fertilizers, is a corporate setup in Maharashtra, and Deepak Nitrate is established in Gujarat, which is the parent company. And these two companies, way back in 1982, established Deepak Foundation as a CSR initiative, not towards any business returns, but basically as a philanthropic activity in 1982, which then blossomed into this PPP initiative. Next one, please. As I've already told you the initial features, most interventions taken up by the foundations are smaller, covering few groups of villages. We took the entire district as an intervention area with the hope that the successful components can be scaled up by the government. The duration was 5 years, and the total investment project budget that was allocated for this was 250 million, of which till March 2010 we have spent 200 million, and the share of government has been 15%, not even 15, 14%, and the share of the foundation is 87%. Next one. The next one. Why did we decide to set up a CMIS? We decided to set this up because we realized, as everybody knows, that the government statistics could be inflated, not very reliable, very big difference between the sample surveys which are done once in the 5 years and the government service statistics that come. Secondly, we do not have reliable district level estimates also to work on an intervention. So our own intervention was very much fraught because of the database. And so we decided, when we started with the baseline, we decided it's extremely imperative to track our own information to see the progress over time, because there's a lot of money invested in this initiative. We also realized that apart from the government functionaries, the community gatekeepers need to be informed. There's no point collecting the data and going back. It has to be disseminated at different level so that we are able to create a demand in the community, and with the demand we assume that the public health delivery system supply side will improve. Unless there's a demand, the supply side will not improve. The third thing was the how, because money and resources are very important to us, we should be using it carefully. So if there's a mid-course correction, we need to monitor these. If we are wasting our resources into activity which is not giving good results, we might as well divert these resources into some other activity. So these were the three key reasons why we decided to set up a computerized management information system, and also because it's a large intervention area covering roughly 20 million population, it was important to have the database with us to see the progress. The next one. What is different that we did that others did not do? We actually identified community-based workers to maintain the data, which is not done anywhere in the country. Nowhere ASHA is the accredited social health activist identified by National Rural Health Mission to have this one woman covering a population of 1,000. Most of the time the data is collected by the ANM on a nurse, but we prepared these grassroots health women functionaries, also because these were women and the topic that we were handling dealt with women and children. So we thought we need to sensitize her into this information and prepare her. Second thing, we also realized that not all health problems need hospitalization. A lot of these problems can be changed merely by behavior change. to a certain extent unless a hospital intervention is required. So why load people to the hospital as it is a scarce resource in the rural area by pushing everybody in the hospital? Some of the behavior changes can be incorporated. And so it is very important for these ASHA to know the health statistics of their own village. We also gave a unique ID basically to track these women, and we have tracked about 2 lakh rural and tribal women in our intervention, and we tracked them for a period of 21 months. That is 9 months of pregnancy and 12 months till the baby is 1 year old. We also empowered whatever information these ASHA collect, they displayed through the wall painting so that the key health indicators, not by name or individual, but the key health statistics is painted on the wall so that the community is aware about the health indicators. How many women died? How many children died? Sensitize them, how number of days the Anganwadi center is open, and all other indicators. Very, very focused indicators are displayed on the wall painting. The third is we've also prepared, there's something called Preparation of Village Health Action Plan, which is an activity which is envisaged under National Rural Health Mission through village health and sanitation communities. Now these committees also have PRI, Panchayati Raj institution members, men and women who are constituted, and if this data is available to them, they can prepare a very meaningful village health action plan. So we involve the local community in the data. Whatever data we get is also collected and entered at the block level in the computers. Now in the process of data, and these data output gives results which are shared with the nurses and the Anganwadi workers of ICDS program. They are also shared with the block health officials. Many of the block health officials are medical doctors, MBBS doctors, and need public health support, data on public health. They may not have demographers to analyze a lot of this data. So this data at the block level is very, very useful, particularly to track very, very key indicators like maternal and infant mortality, which has estimate-related problems. And that is why we don't have district-level estimates. Now, we have had recently, a convergence meeting with the block health officials where whatever they tracked and whatever we tracked was tried to match, and there was a 50% variation in the maternal death. Now, this tracking also helps to validate the data, improve the government health statistics. Also, whatever live births were there, ensure that every one of them get birth certificate. So even vital registration system can improve if we involve the communities in this process. Next one. How does the flow of data? Very quickly, I'll talk about this. We have ASHAs at the village level who collect the data. It is collected by women on the motorcycle who cover about 20 to 25 villages, which are women outreach workers. It goes to the block coordinators who enter the data, and then the data is sent to our district headquarters, where we analyze the data for decentralized planning, monitoring and surveillance, and mid-course correction. Next, this is for internal use. Now, how do we share this data with the community, which I just spoke? The accredited social health activist shares it through interpersonal communication, through wall paintings, and we also bring out a newsletter where we put our analyzed data to bring it to the men and the community gatekeepers to know about the overall picture in their blocks. We share it with the clusters and group meetings with the ANMs and the outreach workers, women outreach workers does that. And a lot of information and the problems of Village Health Action Plan are disseminated through Jansunwise, which are Federation of Village Health and Sanitation Committee established at the block level. So there the data is utilized, and also a lot of this information is sent to the state, consolidated for the whole of district. The next one. And how does it goes back to the community, to our own functionary, is through our executive committee meeting where we review our data monthly, look at the performance, and goes back to the block health level, to the cluster level, and back to the village level. So both ways the data is utilized. And what is the use of information unless it is not utilized? Next one. With the data, as I said, sharing this with the community, as we have policy advocacy at state level, where about 6 to 7 senior health functionaries came to review our project and develop the Gujarat Integrated Nutrition Project based on our model, and then the village wall painting and some group meetings. Next one. A large-scale dissemination is through Jan Sunwais that we have conducted about 40 Jan Sunwais in the whole of district, once in 6 months, where we have large gatherings of people and a lot of questions and answers take place during this meeting, and a lot of government functionaries and the elected bodies participate in these functions. And then we have group meetings where we share the health indicators. The next one, please. We have a very, very progressive state. Gujarat is also very proud to have a very good health department. And one of the data that we analyzed and submitted to the state level, and they reviewed the data and came back to us that you disaggregate data by department because some of the issues were cross-cutting like drinking water. So we didn't know whether to send it only to the health but also the rural, but we only sent it to the health department. So now they also are looking for data disaggregated on health indicators. The next one. These are some of the output reports. We've developed a customized software called Safal software package exclusively for this. And when we designed this, we sat with the district health authority so that there's no duplication of effort. And at that time, the district was also gearing to come up with their own software. So we worked in the way that there's no duplication of indicators. The next one. Now, what are the outcome reports that helped us to see whether this intervention has given us good results, whether we failed, we've not failed. These are some of the data that shows that the institutional delivery has increased in Baroda district. The blue line indicates the tribal blocks and the red line indicates the rural blocks. The next one. The maternal mortality has declined. Usually it takes about 20 to 25 years to decline, and a lot of intensive effort. I would not say it's only an effort of a NGO, but it's a public-private partnership that shows that the decline could be faster, and we are showing with evidence research-based data. We are not just, yelling in nowhere, both tribal and non-tribal. The next one. Not much impact has been there on the infant death, and there are different reasons, and we are analyzing again the same data to show that why there are limited achievement in the infant mortality. Next one. The features of the software, which I need not elaborate. It is self-explanatory. The next one. The expenditure has been in the 5 years only about 5 million. Software development took a larger chunk, and also it needs maintenance, so I think that's the most expensive thing is for an NGO. There are some invisible costs of training the ASHAs in MIS tracking, but that was largely a package of training modules. We integrated with that and we trained them in this, so we couldn't disaggregate the expenditure on that. The next one. Our general MIS takes about I could even say about 3% of the total project cost has gone into computerized management information system. The next one. Thank you very much.
That was a very good presentation, Archana. What was the response of the government to this for the past 5 years?
I must say that we were very fortunate to have, in the first 3 or 4 years, very, very aggressive approach towards improving the health indicators, because Gujarat is economically a very good state and our health indicators was not so good. So there was a lot of support. Yes, but as the major problem, like most partners face are the transfers of the key functionaries at the district and state level, where we have to start all over. Secondly, there's always a fear of competition, that which is not required really, because no NGO can substitute the government, and public health is a government domain. The role of private partners is only to show with evidence that this can be done with a relatively lower cost, and if the systems are set, it can be done. So this is certain apprehension, but fewer people, not generally, where why are they doing it all over when we are doing it, kind of an approach. This is one thing, and yes, it is difficult to work with the government. I'm not denying that.
That's my point. They may look at it as a duplication of their work. That too, when you have 50% variation in the results in the mortality.
There is resistance.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
will
please?
give that as example.
Sure.
Yeah. I will give you the source. The source is, as I said, the community-based data. And we feel that the community-based data is because we did the tracking of every single pregnant mother, not now, we've been doing it for past 5 years, which the government has just started. We agree that we have missed on about 30% of the cases. Nevertheless, we could capture 70% of the beneficiaries whom we targeted to capture. Now, 70% is a very good database. No sample surveys can get. And everybody knows that community-based data is more reliable than hospital-based data. So we use this data, which we were tracking monthly, for our analysis. Our baseline was done by an external agency because we were working only in one district. And so it was done by an external professional agency. And in 2000, March 11, we'll be doing the end line. Meanwhile, we are using the same registers that are maintained in the community, which are very transparent. And we involve the ANMs to share this database. The discrepancy of 50% came when we have a joint review meeting at the district level, where there was this discrepancy and there was very high maternal death in one of the blocks. And there was a review meeting specifically convened for this. And then we were able to give them by name, by individual, all single maternal deaths. And then we sat and then we did the block level back exercise. All the BHOs were told to go back and do this validation. And in one of the blocks that we found that there was a 50% variation. I would also like to acknowledge that when we try to validate our own data, we found that ASHAs are recording the deaths, but the reporting among the outreach workers sometimes get missed out because of the 28 to 28 timeline that we were managing per month to share the data with the government, because the government is also managing the collecting the data from 28 to 28th every month. Does that answer your question, Dr. Panchal?
And you are here as part of their presentation?
We'll provide it to you.
Sure. And I think that is exactly the point which the foundation is trying to do, is to complement the government of Gujarat, in this case, services, and help you. In no way these efforts should be taken as a challenge to the government or their performance. Because all the intentions are to help the people at large. So I would not look at both of you as on opposite sides of the line, but to complement each other. And certainly the government of Gujarat, I'm sure, is on the bigger picture happy that such a work is coming up. And at some point they probably will embrace your efforts. And but the approach, instead of being confrontational and pointing out the errors, you have to play the ball and play politically right, and to have it more effectively. The digital records on your side, and that's your friend. And that should be used as a friendly tool for the help.
I mean, this is something which when we started, there was a little bit of apprehension among the ANMs when they realized that this is a supportive services to them, because they were not able to reach out to the remotest area.
And this can
they were very helpful. Yeah, I mean,
this can be expanded beyond maternal health. As you said, yes, the water availability.
Yeah.
And the next one could be child health, could be the elderly, could be so many other things.
Yeah,
and
a lot of things are cross-cutting issues.
Digitization, as in demographics.
Yeah, and you'll be happy to know that the government of Gujarat is also one of the finalists.
That's a good one. Well, I hope such more programs come up in different parts of health, and digitization of health at all levels is a big plus. More of medical records as in maintenance of numbers in a computerized format rather than papers and files. That's what it is about. It's a very good presentation.
We cover only the rural population. The entire rural population.
What was the question?
population? Is it the complete census population of Baroda or just some part of some spots where they are acting? So like MMR.
lot of these results will be affected by the population moving in, moving out, the migration happening due to the industrialization of the state.
Slide.
And then the health facilities, the intervention is not being considered as part of the project here.
These indicators, this particular indicator, these two indicators are of our this item is the non-tribal and the tribal. So non-tribal comprises 8 rural blocks.
That's okay, ma'am. Can you show the IMR slide? It has decreased, but how can we conclude that it is due to tracking? Because after 2005, NRHM has...
The point we are trying to make is that the IMR has not decreased to the expectation.
So, ma'am, the whole concept of tracking, you have been tracking them for 5 years now, and the IMR is not decreasing despite NRHM. So that means tracking as a principle to decrease MMR and IMR is not that much helpful.
Madam, beg your pardon. We are not tracking to improve the IMR and MMR. Let me revisit what we are doing. We are basically, it's a public-private where we are using the public health infrastructure. They do the supply side. We only track and do the behavior change communication. If we have group meetings of ANMs to have all the beneficiary, if the ANM doesn't turn, or if there are no supply, or if the IFAs do not reach, gathering people has of no meaning. So what we are trying to say is, unless, as the previous presenter said, the role of government is very crucial in the public-private part, because they are the supply side. We are the one who created the demand for it.
Let me summarize. It's more of social awakening process to keep the records more reliable, rather than to look at the intervention or the effect of intervention. Sure. Thank you.